Some 19 minutes after 7. Up next, we're talking about a documentary on Hilla Liman that's been produced by Junaid Liman here, who's joining me for a brief conversation. Good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning.
Are you related in any way because you're also a Liman?
Yes, I am. Actually, Dr. Hilla Liman was my uncle.
Okay.
Yeah.
So briefly tell us about your uncle.
Well, as we all know, Dr. Liman, was the president of Ghana from 1979 to 1981, and we all know what happened during that short period he was in office. But what we don't know is that he tried so much to put the country back on track economically. At the backdrop of the June 4th revolution, Ghana was thrown into area or period of chaos and anarchy. And a lot of governments or the West imposed an economic embargo on this country. And, people remember during that period, the food shortages in town, the shortage of essential commodities like milk. People were keen to buy soap, all that. And I think it's a period that a lot of people would remember for a very long time. But what we don't know is, through hard work, Dr. Liman was able to put and restore the country back into what it was known for. And he is, for me, I believe is one of the custodians of democracy in modern days Ghana or modern days history. Because, around that time, there was a long history of military dictatorship. And people at that time didn't understand what it means to be democratic. Let's not forget that Kwame Nkrumah was overthrown in 1966. Buziya came in 1969 to 1972, and from 1972 up to 1979, it's been history of military dictatorship for a very long time. And when Dr. Liman came in, he had to let the people understand that, democracy is the only way forward for Africa and for Ghana. And he was one of those who made sure that his government adhered to the strict principles of democracy. And that is the reason why, that's the inspiration behind the documentary. Another inspiration is the fact that, a lot of young people like myself, people in my generation, do not understand that what the democracy we're experiencing now has been hard fought for. A lot of people had to sacrifice a lot. And so they tend to take it, they try to, take it for granted. You understand? And this documentary is to let people know that it is not the freedom that we all enjoy now wasn't given to us by birthright. People had to fight for it, and Dr. Liman was one of those people.
Do you get a sense that perhaps we're forgetting about him? That's why you decided to put this piece together?
Not just him. You see, Ghana has this bad habit of not, recording our history. I learned this because whilst putting together this documentary, I realized that a lot of pieces and bits, large chunks of history, has not been recorded. Putting this documentary, it's essentially backed by a lot of interviews, less footage, because GBC doesn't have it, public records department don't have it. A lot of I don't know where to go and get footage. I don't know if anybody has it, but it's not there,
So you had to rely on other person's accounts.
Yes, and you see, I also learned something that Ghana, we've had a lot of leaders in Ghana, especially Dr. Kwame Nkrumah was a leader, was a president. There was a lot of documentaries on him, but none was done by a Ghanaian. So we as a country, they're not even able to tell our own story, and that's one of the reasons why I thought that Dr. Liman's documentary was important, because his story has to be told, and it has to be told. If it has to be told, why not a family member?
So how long did it take you to put it together?
3 years.
3 years. You've been working on this for 3 years. How long is the piece?
Well, it's in two folds. It's 45 minutes for TV, which will be shown on TV on Joy Prime here, and the full length is 1 hour 40 minutes.
So that's what you're premiering?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think fortunately for us, we've got a piece that we want to show, and then you tell us the dates when you're premiering this. So this is Hilla, an epic story. Is that the title?
Hilla, the epic story.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, sure.
During our short stay in power, have demonstrated openly what many people had only suspected before, namely that the holding of office in government in this country had in almost all cases been used to plunder the wealth of the nation. Ghana is looking up to you. Thank you.
Dr. Liman, I believe, was a very reliable.
I was shocked at his simplicity and modesty. The man endeared himself or showed to the world that a president must exact or exude respect.
Hilla Liman was my husband.
So this is Hilla, the epic story, and the producer of that, Junaid Liman, is right here, whose uncle was Liman, by the way.
Yeah.
So this, you say 45 minutes for television, which we're going to be showing after the premiere. So when are you premiering it?
Premiering on Sunday.
This Sunday?
This coming Sunday at the Best Western Premier Hotel. I must stress that, you know, it is the Best Western Premier Hotel, the conference hall, not you know, the College of Physicians and Surgeons. Like, you know, initially it should have been that place, but yeah, it's been
changed venues.
Changed venues.
Okay.
So it's 6:30 Sunday, and I should stress that you know CDs of the proceed of the documentary will be sold, you know, to raise funds for the documentary. It's going to be raise funds for computers that will be sold.
We've got to take a quick break. We'll come back. All right, so we've got to wrap up the conversation with Junaid Liman, who has produced a documentary on the late President Hilla Liman that will be premiering, he says, this Sunday at the Best Western Hotel. Do you have to pay to see it?
No, it's actually free. But what I was saying earlier was you have to come in and support by buying a CD. Proceeds of that purchase would go a long way to providing the computers for, you know, secondary school in the north, Hilla Liman Secondary School in Gulu, his hometown where he was born. So each CD you buy would, you know, be buying a computer for, you know, one of those students there who have difficulties accessing ICT or computers, you know.
Is that cost to the documentary? How much did you spend on putting this together?
A lot of money.
Where a lot of money means?
I don't want to put. I can't quote a figure, but it's a lot of money.
Did you do this for profits?
No, actually, I didn't do it for profit because it's going to be difficult. Okay, I'll tell you the truth. I knew that from the onset it was going to be difficult for me to make profit out of it, because you know, people think that, you know, Dr. Liman was, or the idea of doing something political, doing something on Dr. Liman necessarily has to be political. So even to get corporate sponsorship to do this was very difficult. I actually didn't get any sponsorship because a lot of these companies were telling me that, you know, Dr. Liman was a good person, he was a great leader, but, you know, if we associate our brand with him, it's going to be looking political. So from there, I knew that it wasn't going to be. So it was just essentially to you know, to build his legacy and promote it and let people know who he was.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with any profits.
Okay. It has everything to do with family?
It has everything to do with family. It has everything to do with, you know, inspiration, to build that inspiration of, you see, what people know or people don't know is, for those who know, is Dr. Liman came from a humble beginning, and for him to ascend to the highest political seat of this land is something unimaginable for anybody living at that period. And it's still unimaginable for people living now in that particular, you know, enclave where Dr. Liman is from. Not necessarily the north, but even in Accra here, people coming up from very humble beginnings think it's difficult to pursue dreams and, you know, live towards a higher, you know, aspiration. But you see, when you watch this documentary, you realize that anything is possible, no matter where you're from, no matter where you think you are. It's just anything is possible in this world. And Dr. Liman is a living example of that.
Do we need tickets to go and see it?
No, you don't need tickets. All you have to do is appear.
Just walk in?
Just walk in. Just walk in. And kind of,
so 6:30 on Sunday, this Sunday?
6:30 on Sunday, Best Western Premier Hotel, Salma Conference Center. But just make sure that you buy a CD and, you know that you're doing something good for the nation or for the young kids. Yeah.
Okay. I would like to say thank you, but let me read some messages that have come through. May Dr. Liman's soul rest in peace. Those who overthrew him and still living on earth here bow down in shame. This man was left to die like a dog. Richard from Yala sends that message. And the final one that I'll read. Good morning. The producer has done good to add to history. Liman is one of the many who sacrificed his life for democracy, and today this is so-called, MPP and NDC are playing with it. I encourage people to buy the CD to help this underprivileged school. I thank you for your messages. Junaid, I thank you so much for being here to talk about this documentary. We will see it. After the premiere, we're going to show it, and so you all will also see it. But you want people to be at the Best Western premiere in Airport to see this documentary and buy a CD.
Yeah. Well, I should add that, you see, then again, people think it's political, but it has nothing to do with anything political. It has nothing to do with, you know, hating on or attacking any political party. It's not about NDC, it's not about MPP, because the truth is, Dr. Baumia's father was in Liman's government. The truth is, President Mahama's father was in Liman's government. So the thing is, it's gone beyond that. And in Ghana, we should look beyond partisan politics or political lines when we should appreciate things as it is.
Sure.
So it's not even a PNC thing. It's a Ghanaian story.
Okay.
Nothing political, nothing partisan or anything like that. So just come and buy the CD. So even invitations have been sent to President Mahama. Invitations have been sent to Baumia to come and support this, and just let's honor a Ghanaian hero. Okay. Just like anybody else would want to be honored when he or she passes away.
Sure. Thank you so much for passing through tonight,
okay. Thank you very much.
Up next, we're talking tourism carnival and a lot more here on the show. So do stay.